Hi, Danielle. Welcome. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Great, thanks. And we're so excited to share your wedding over our social media platforms. You
I'm
and
very excited.
you and Ben were married at the Ungasan on the 28th of September last year.
Hmm.
And one of the great things was I was lucky enough to be at your wedding, which is so exciting because I don't get to all of them, but I was at yours and it was beautiful to share the day with you. Now, before we delve into the wedding, can you tell us a little bit about you and Ben and how you met?
Yep, Ben and I met through about 11 years ago. He picked my picture out of a school yearbook and he messaged me and we went on a date. And yeah, the rest is history, as they say. But yeah, Ben and I are very quiet and genuine people. We're both huge home buddies and we love to travel as well. And we're a bit cat obsessed.
I love your cat pictures. They're fantastic. And why did you love the idea of a destination wedding?
We loved the idea of a destination wedding as we wanted our family, guests, and ourselves to feel relaxed. We wanted them to feel that everyday stress melt away as soon as they landed in Bali, and you guys helped us achieve that.
And how many times have you been to Bali before?
Twice.
And why Bali? What attracted you about the destination?
Bali is where we had our first overseas holiday together. We had the most incredible time. It's our happy place, the weather, the nature, beaches, the local people, the vibe, everything inspires us so much about it.
And then how did you find your venue, the Ungasan?
We found that Ungasan, I found it on Instagram and through you, through the Global Weddings, when I emailed you initially to find some venues, and that was one of the options. But I also did see it on social media. So,
It's breathtaking, isn't it?
oh, it's beautiful.
One of our favourites. I wanted to touch a little bit about your wedding gown. It was absolutely spectacular. Can you tell us who your designer was and how you felt about wearing it on the day?
I was very lucky and grateful to work with the girls from Palace Couture in Perth. They helped me create a beautiful, my dream wedding dress. So it was a A-line cut with a semi-sweetheart neckline, and it had chantilly lace applique over the whole dress with a long train. And it also had a Grace Kelly inspired lace applique with long sleeves and a low neckline, and that was detachable. That came off for the reception and made the dress strapless. So yeah, I felt absolutely beautiful on the day, and I just felt like $1 million.
You looked it too. It was stunning. How did you go with the sleeves in Bali? Were you quite warm?
Not at all. We were very lucky that day. It was only 27 degrees on the wedding day, and you said September was the most ideal time to get married in Bali, and you said it was the perfect time. You kept reassuring us, and it was beautiful the day. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't humid. That was a very big heavy dress as well, and I felt fine in it. It was great. Like the rooms were all air conditioned. The reception was obviously outdoors, but it was nighttime, and it was, cliff top, so it was not too hot. It was perfect.
Great, that's great. And that picture of your dress hanging up in Villa Tamarama, that little area there is very iconic for photos. So I remember on the day saying to the photographers, let's get her dress in that area for a picture because it was just beautiful. And speaking of Villa Tamarama, how did you feel waking up the morning of your wedding?
Waking up in Villa Tamarama was so beautiful. You feel like an absolute queen. The villa design is absolutely breathtaking, and it's just that the Ungasan Clifftop Resort is pure luxury. If you haven't seen the villa, you have to Google it. Obviously, you can see it in the photos now, but the villa itself that you wake up in, it's just, you feel like a princess. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Very grateful.
It is. It's one of the most. It's just everything about it is like bridal, isn't it? Just the colours, the date
Mhm.
they've done. It's just fantastic. What was the first thought you had when you woke up on your wedding day?
I remember I just said, I can't believe it's my wedding day. I was so excited. I was so nervous. I got to breakfast and no one was there, and I was an hour early. So I just went back to my villa and I just relaxed, and yeah, I just felt very relaxed and happy and content.
Oh, that's so good. So there weren't many nerves?
No, I had every nerve that I had, I would discuss it with you because I had you on WhatsApp, which was a lifesaver. And anything that if I had any stress or problem, I would message you and you'd immediately write back, and you just, that's priceless to have that experience on your wedding. Someone to deal with all of those stress and nerves and to run the schedule of your day is just absolutely amazing.
It's great to hear that you woke up and you were feeling really relaxed. That's what we love to do. You know, we say to people, we'll take the stress away from you so you can just wake up and enjoy your day. And then makeup, your hair looks stunning. Who did your hair and makeup?
Thank you. My hair lady was Jordan Haynes. She's a good friend of mine from the town that I live in. And the lady that did my makeup is called Melanie Santos. She's a beautiful lady. She's from Melbourne, and she specialises in natural makeup for brides. Yeah, so very grateful that they flew to Bali for the wedding, which you helped me organise. And yeah, they're great, fantastic people.
You had your priest fly in as well, didn't you?
Yes, I had my priest fly in, which you sorted, and he was just so lovely. He's so nice.
He was. It was such a pleasure dealing with him and having him there. And he came to the reception as well, and he had a wonderful time.
Yes, I know he did. Are we still in contact? Yeah, I just couldn't have asked for a better priest to prepare us for our wedding day, and yeah, he's the best.
Now, we spent a lot of time on your styling for the reception.
Yeah.
A lot of different ideas back and forward. What was your inspiration behind the design? Like, what were you thinking you wanted?
The inspiration behind our reception design was from a lot of the weddings that you have actually done. So I went to your Facebook page and I had a look at your portfolio, and I grabbed a lot of different aspects from those weddings, and I brought them to you, and I told you this is what we're thinking of or what I wanted, because Ben sort of just let me go and do my own thing. And obviously the Hannah Polite's wedding, which is one of your very well known weddings, I definitely got a lot of inspiration from that wedding. And yeah, I was inspired by timeless romance and elegance. And yeah, I loved the reception setup, especially the wooden structure. That was the first time that you had done something like that. And I just loved how it tied in with the flooring and everything. Yeah, was the flooring and the walkway was the same, that white washwood. And yeah, I still look at the pictures and admire how beautiful it was. And I'm still finding little details in the photos that were added in that you guys did that I didn't even think of till this day. Till this day, I'm looking at photos. Just so lucky. I could have never done anything like this myself.
Yeah.
At all.
You know, we like to do different things for our weddings now, and we don't want to do the same thing. So it was really windy your wedding day, and we wanted the chandeliers to be hanging a lot lower, but because of the wind, we couldn't quite do that. We had to bring them up a little bit. But Kylie in our team was responsible for doing all of the styling, and it's really difficult, I think, sometimes for you to, you know, like for us to explain how it was going to look, and you'd like, so you just have to trust us, and then
exactly
we can create something and give you an idea of what it's going to be, but then create it for you. How did you feel when you had your first look? I know we really wanted to take you down there before the guests came in so you could have a photo in your reception, but how did you feel when you first came down and saw what we created?
Oh, we loved every single thing about the reception. You can see our reaction in the photos during the sneak peek reception reveal. We were 1000% blown away. We could have never achieved doing this on our own. Imagine setting this up, you know, yourselves with your family the day before your wedding. I could have not done it. Couldn't have done it. Yeah.
There were a lot of little details, and you know, even with the flowers on the tables, with the
candles, yes,
the candles,
and you can see that because it was so windy, you guys had to attach it to the roof with this clear fishing wire that you cannot see in the photos. But you know, you guys just going above and beyond. I mean, it's just incredible what you guys do.
Oh, thank you. Well, we love what we do, and it's great when, you know, we get the trust from you guys to be able to then go and do what we wanted. And I know you were a little bit nervous about, you know, how it was going to turn out. So, you know, we had a meeting with Kylie so she could run you through all of the styling and chat to you. And I think another great thing is on the day, we can change things around a little bit. You know, one thing that's great about Bali is that the flowers are done on site. So it's not like they're done and they're delivered and it can't be changed. They're always on site. So we can make little adjustments today. And Kylie was great because she's there and, you know, she might change things, zhuzh them up a little bit as well. But she had a great time too working on that reception setup. It was really.
She did. I've actually wanted to say, and which I will say later, you can see her passion in the photos, and she gets attached to, it's a project for you guys, and every wedding, like even on the day, I remember looking at Kylie's face and taking it all in and getting emotional, and I got emotional looking at her. And I remember the last minute she made a change with my cutlery. I remember I said, oh, I really want this cutlery, and she did it. She sourced this beautiful gold cutlery that I'd always wanted, and she's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Really passionate about what she does too. Now, your photographer, who photographed your wedding? I know it was a big thing for you.
Yes, I was so lucky to have the incredible Tara from Erin and Tara shoot our wedding. They are based in Melbourne, but they travel internationally for weddings. Yeah, they are very, very good at what they do. They're amazing. I could not recommend them more.
Did you have a favourite photo from the day?
Yes, I do. There's so many to pick from, but if I had to pick some of my top favourites, this would be one of the images. I've actually got this printed out through them, so.
It's beautiful, isn't it? We'll just try and make it a little bit so everyone.
Yeah, it just captures that excitement on the day, you know, that fresh newlywed, you know, you're just so excited. You can't relive that moment. I mean, obviously now you can, but it's just the best moment ever.
And standing in that walkway with I mean, you can't see the ocean there because of the image, but, you know, it just would have felt amazing.
Yeah, you're on cloud nine. I mean, it's just beautiful. So nice.
Now we'll talk a little bit about the wedding planning, because that does take a long time to get everything to the point that we're at. How did you enjoy the planning experience?
I absolutely loved the planning process. The only thing that you probably found with me was I had really high expectations, and you guys delivered like above my expectations. But I found it effortless, stress-free, and easy. Like I said earlier, all we had to do was tell you what we wanted, and you'd respond with better suggestions for us, or you'd tell us if we really needed something or we didn't. So yeah, very lucky to have you as our planner.
Was there anything that stood out for you?
Of the day with you?
Just with the planning process, one thing that just stood out?
Just how quick you are at responding. Just how I didn't feel like I deserved everything that you did for us, because you just truly become like family and you go above and beyond always. And just how professional and effortlessly you do this. It's just come so easy. You're just like, boom, as soon as the problem, you're like, yep, easy, it's done. Every time there was last minute emergencies or something that happened, I was like, Narelle, you're like, yep, I'm onto it, I'm done, I've got it. Or if I needed something, you'd respond straight away on WhatsApp. And that's probably the one thing that stood out the most. I didn't have to worry about anything because you were there to solve all those last minute things that would happen.
I think we're lucky. We've done so many weddings in Bali, and it's a very resourceful place. So we do have a lot of things at our fingertips. So if we do need to do something last minute, we can definitely do that. But I think that's the knowledge and stuff like that we have, that we're able to come back to you. It's not something that we have to go and find out, because we do so many weeds a year when we're there. We just have, and we've been doing it for such a long time. We just have that knowledge. I know. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be at your wedding. But I was, which was awesome. Do you remember a moment on the day that we had together that stood out in your mind?
So many moments. The one moment that I love was, I remember I asked you, I was like, what's the time, Narelle? And you're like, you just laughed, and you were getting like nervous, and not nervous, but just seeing you in action on the day is priceless. Seeing you do what you're so amazing at was great. And also we did Polish vodka shots before we went to the church. Right. Just because it's tradition in Polish, we, you know, to have just one shot. But yeah, your personality is infectious. I could not have asked for a better person to be there with me on the day. Like, everyone from the Global Weddings team are amazing. I went to the office a few times for a few meetings in Melbourne, but yeah, you guys are amazing.
Oh, thanks. I remember that vodka. Was it because it was a darker vodka, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's called Sopliczka, which is a Polish, very well-known Polish vodka, and my dad had been saving it for this special occasion. So, yes, it wasn't it great? It's delicious.
It was beautiful. I think I had another shot at the end of the night as well, and I was just like, "This is probably the nicest vodka I've ever had," and I didn't even know you did it in dark.
Yeah, so it was just, and I'm trying to get some now because it actually got taken away from me in customs in Bali when I was coming back. I was so sad. But yeah, I'm trying to get some now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
very, very delicious.
what did you find the most challenging part of the planning?
Honestly, I was going to say nothing. But the most challenging part of planning the wedding was not being able to see the finished result. But I communicated that to you, and you drew up a reception design so I could see how it looked like. But I'm glad that I didn't see it, because when you do see that moment, it's absolutely priceless, and it's one of those special moments that you'll never forget. So I have to say nothing.
It does.
Yeah.
Sorry, it comes back to the trust, doesn't it? You have to put your trust in us that we're going to do it, you know, with the way that you want to, better than you think it's going to be. You know, I think that's our job. So it's good.
Absolutely, like you said, that trust and letting go, because you can see a photo and you're like, this is what I, really would like to achieve. But like you said, you don't know what the weather's going to be like on the day. Apparently, on my day, it was too windy, and I didn't know. I was too busy having a good time with my family and friends, and you guys, did such an amazing job, and the result was, amazing. So definitely, if I could tell the brides, is to put the trust in with you guys, and just to let go.
We will exceed expectations. And now that it's all successfully behind us, would you recommend to have a destination wedding? And what do you think that the local traditions, how they can enhance your wedding day?
Absolutely, 100%. I would definitely recommend having a destination wedding. I was able to get ready on my wedding day and be present with my family and enjoy those special moments while the professionals, Global Weddings, ran the schedule for the day. That was absolutely priceless. It brought everything and more to the table that a local traditional wedding does. Having your closest family, friends together is what makes the wedding. And having your wedding in such a beautiful, exotic island makes it so much more exciting.
The timing on the day, like one thing that we take care of, we always, when we give you the run sheet, that we give you times of things that are going to happen, but we always have a little bit of a buffer on there as well, because we want everybody to relax. And we know that, sometimes there's traffic, because you had your wedding in a church, so that we had to get the guests there and we get you guys there. And I do remember when I smiled at you and said, okay, we need to go now. I'm a little bit late, but we always have a buffer for things like that for you too. So, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add in your own words that we didn't touch on today?
Look, to anyone that's thinking of planning a destination wedding, not just in Bali, but because you do other venues, you do other countries, definitely go with Global Weddings. They are the utmost professionals, and they all work so incredibly hard, and it shows in your portfolio. Like I said, I went to the office a couple of times, and you can feel the team is so friendly and warm and kind. And like I said, Kylie, I'd love to email her and thank her again for everything. I mean, I remember Ben, my husband, he was having nervous jitters the day before. He was very anxious, and she got this tea that calmed him down. So just those things, those little milestones, those things, those 1%ers that you guys go above and beyond. It's just, you couldn't ask for more. Just lastly, I want to thank every single person that was involved in the setup of the day. I have so much gratitude to you all. There's so much that was done that I don't even know about. which I would love to know about. And yeah, just thank you for letting me revisit such a special day in our lives. It's been so lovely to talk about it and relive it in some way again. So thank you for your time.
That's our pleasure. We loved working with you and Ben, and it was great to get to know you over the planning process, and then to be there on the day and see, you know, how much you enjoyed it, how much your guests enjoyed it, and how much love there was. It was just as lovely for us. Thank you for being such a beautiful bride, and thank you for allowing us to share your wedding, because it really was stunning, everything about it. So.
Well, my absolute pleasure. I hope I wasn't a bridezilla, or I wasn't. Yeah, I hope I was nice to work with. So yeah, no, I had a great time with you.
Everybody, oh, I don't mean to be a bridezilla. We're like, it's totally fine, you know, like it's your special day, and it should be how you want it to be, you know, and we're there to help you achieve your dreams. So thank you again, and I wish you and Ben all the best. And it's not goodbye, it's just goodbye for now. Thanks, Dan.
Yes. No, thank you so much, Narelle. Bye.
Bye.